At this place in history, we're in Burlington with the Executive Director of the Vermont Historical Society, Steve Perkins. What's our topic today?
So Amanda, you have a can opener at home, right?
Of course.
But did you know that the industry leader in commercial can opening is right here in Burlington and has been since 1925?
I had no idea.
So we're going to go inside and talk to Peter Nordell, who's the CEO and president of Edlund Corporation, and he's going to tell us all about it.
How did Edlund get its start?
Edlund was started by a Swedish inventor named H.J. Edlund in 1925. It was a one-person company. He had formerly worked for the A.J. Whiting Company as their superintendent. He invented the first commercial can opener and decided to start out in the business on his own. So Edlund's been in town in Burlington since that time. We've been on King Street and we've been on Kilbourne Street, and we actually shared a building with Lane Press back in the day. And this building was built in 1960 when the changes in management and ownership took place.
So it's an item that I think a lot of us take for granted now, is just having in the kitchen. But what was the historical context behind the invention of the can opener?
Well, there was always a difficult way to figure out to open commercial cans that have to be used in food service, and there was never an adequate way to open them. People used to use knives, and then they'd create the little hand can openers. But if you're starting to do volume in a school or a prison, Mr. Edlund, as an inventor, invented the number 2 and the number 1 can openers. This is a very old version of the number 1 can opener. And it's a very interesting concept how it works, because the gear drives, the teeth drive around the outside edge of the can to force it to turn. And then the knife, which is not sharp, it's actually a dull knife so it doesn't leave food particles in the can, folds the edge, it folds the inside lid, and then it falls into the food. We have several articles in our history book there, Amanda, that show how the service men used our products in Vietnam and in the different altercations we had around the world. Back in the 90s, I guess it was, Desert Storm, we sold the government 100,000 can openers to use to open meals ready to eat or commercial products. And at the end of that conflict, they probably all got buried in the sand. You're looking at some of the housewares products that we made back in all those early years. Willett Foster sold the housewares company in 1973 to concentrate more on the commercial products, where we saw opportunities for greater profits, less competition from whatever superstores were available or houseware stores were selling products from China or Korea at that time, and focused more on building more commercial products in our line. And that's how we got into the weighing scale business and expanded that line to where we make now a plethora of digital weighing scales, as well as still mechanical weighing scales, receiving scales, even gram scales. With the emergence of the cannabis industry today, that's actually becoming more of an interest item to be able to weigh that under a legal basis. So we look at all the market dynamics and we try to adapt our products and expand our line into the products that the market is asking us for. We're also very big with the chains. Chains depend on Edlund to create solutions for them, because we are a U.S. manufacturer and we make about 93% of our products are made right in the back in the factory here.
Right here in Vermont.
Right here in Vermont.
At this place in history.